welcome to the induction ceremony for Lhs High School's Honor Society. My name is Blake McLeod, and I am the president of the National Honor Society. This chapter of NHS was founded by a former chairwoman of the English department, Serena B. Mowry. Serena devoted her life to education and the well-being of others, and was a role model within the community. Because of Serena B. Mowry, we all have gathered here in this crazy time to honor the perseverance of these LHS students standing in front of me. Each one of these students has exemplified Serena's main ideals of scholarship, service, leadership, and character. These are the four pillars that hold National Honor Society to Serena's legacy. Each one of these outstanding students have been involved within the community and helping out where they can, even in these trying times. Alongside the dedication to providing service for the community, they shine in and out of the classroom with their commitments to education. These traits honor the legacy in which NHS was built off of, but they do not do it alone. They have parents, teachers, and community members to mentor them in who they are today. These 24 students in front of you have worked hard to become well-rounded students and are prepared to better the community as a whole. NHS is a selective club, and each of them has gone above and beyond the requirements to get here. I want to personally congratulate you on being selected into the National Honor Society. And now, please rise for our national anthem, performed by Lhs High School Marching Band.
For scholarship. The scholarship pillar of NHS represents not how smart or intelligent you are, but how willing you are to persevere through understanding difficult concepts or ideas. The desire to learn forms the basis of what scholarship is. When the term scholar is heard, an image of a straight-A student spending countless hours on homework, or an expert writing a book about their particular field of study, or even a graduate earning their PhD might come to mind. But scholarship runs much deeper than that. The commonality between these examples is that all three of these people possess the simple desire to learn, and the simple desire to improve their surrounding world. It doesn't matter if you struggle with a particular subject, whether that be English, geometry, or chemistry. What matters is that you push through and work harder to finally understand and master what is difficult. Scholarship is not sticking to what is easy or what comes naturally to you. It is about actively seeking out challenges to overcome and overcoming them. Someone who is a scholar is someone who wants to actively better themselves. They are someone who can identify problems within society and who want to face the challenges of trying to fix them. Although the problems right now might just be math equations or essays to write, the mindset is still the same. Focusing on learning about the problem and learning how to solve the problem is what being a scholar is. So, scholarship is not about having perfect grades or being at the top of your class. It is possessing the drive to learn even when it isn't expected of you. Scholarship is a lifelong trait that doesn't end when you leave high school or college. It is about constantly expanding your view on the world and using your knowledge to solve problems or challenges and to ultimately help other people. Scholarship is a trait that everyone should strive to possess, which is why it is one of the 4 pillars of NHS. I hope that our new NHS inductees take pride in their possession of scholarship and that they will continue to work at improving it. I'm excited to see how you, the inductees, use your scholarship to better yourselves and the people around you. Thank you. Our first group of inductees will now recognize a person who has had a strong positive influence on their development.
I recognize Coach Patterson and Patria. I recognize Mrs. Camilla.
I recognize Mrs. Camilla.
I recognize Coach Katie Kokomore.
Amanda Cooper recognizes Ms. Starpoli.
I recognize Mr. Casertano.
Now, I would like to welcome Megan Bank, who will speak on the NHS Pillar of Service.
I like this candle for service. One of the standing pillars of the National Honor Society is service. There is no greater honor nor greater reward than service. There is also no greater need, especially today in 2020, as our community continues to fight against COVID-19. The need for service is clear, as we see before our eyes disease, political turmoil, and natural disasters. Yet I still have hope for our future, as these bright and driven National Honor Society inductees sit before me. The solution to these problems lie in the minds of today's youth. As part of National Honor Society, members are recognized for their dedication to the community through their acts of service. Service, defined by NHS as the volunteer contributions made by a student to the school or community, without direct financial material compensation, requires sacrifice by the individual. The commitment to dedicate much of one's own time throughout the year to several service projects, as well as taking the responsibility of leading a project should be acknowledged. Life today is filled with schoolwork, sports, extracurricular activities, jobs, and one's own personal life, even in times of COVID-19. The devotion to acts of service for one's community by members of the NHS is taxing, as I'm sure all of you are aware, tremendously rewarding. Community service is an integral part of life and helps build well-rounded and hardworking individuals. The benefits of service are limitless. The National Honor Society inductees, through their community service, have proven to become better citizens. Through their service, they have made valuable connections to the community and have made an impact. But this not only is beneficial to the community itself and the groups involved in the multitude of service projects completed by NHS members and inductees, it is beneficial to themselves. They have shown personal growth and perseverance, balancing the struggles of life, especially in the middle of a global pandemic, with the needs of their community. I cannot express how great of an accomplishment this is. While this year might be a little different for NHS, as we work with the current conditions, I can assure you the National Honor Society pillar of service will stand tall. It is a pillar not only of the Honor Society, but our school, our town, and our community. It upholds the best characteristics of all of our students, their friends and family, our teachers, and the service they do that keeps our community running. To the National Honor Society 2020 inductees, as well as the returning members, I challenge you to keep devoting yourself to community service despite the uncertainty of the current world in which we live. Thank you. Our second group of inductees will now recognize a person who has had a strong positive impact on the development.
I recognize Ms. Lyon.
I recognize Kathy Miner.
Emily Goodrich recognizes Ms. Malazes.
I recognize Ms.
Lhs English, who will speak on the NHS Pillar of Leadership.
I like this candle for leadership. The exact definition of a leader is a person who leads or commands a group, organization, or country. Despite the exact definition of a leader, it can be represented in many different ways. It is assumed that those who are the loudest and most courageous are always the leaders. That is not the case. In fact, very rarely are the loudest people a real position of leadership. In Ledger High School, you can see multiple types of leaders, from the most obvious ones being the football, the captain team, or your class president. But there are those also not as often seen by others, such as our tutors who help lead our student body to overall better test scores, as well as our yearbook creators who help lead a group of individuals to capture all of the memories of the school year into one book. Despite their differences, what do they all have in common? A leader is someone of passion. A person in position to help lead always has a passion at the root. From the captain of the soccer team to a top player of the chess team, they are both in a leadership position because they have a true love for their clever activity. You have to be so invested for whatever you may be supporting, and it's not always a clever team. You could be a leader of a protest in support of Black Lives Matter, or a leader of an organization to help feed the homeless. At the root of a leader is true passion. With that, I ask you, what is your passion, and how can you put yourself in a leadership role? In combination with passion, a leader has to be strong-willed. There's a saying, you have to want something so bad you're willing to give up waiting to get there. Although extreme, the quote is exaggerating the idea of willingness. And in this case, your willingness to become a leader. I won't lie, it takes a lot of work to be in a position of leadership. In many ways, too. You can't be the student council president if you don't campaign, and if you don't talk to other students and come up with ideas of how you want to improve your school. It is understandably a lot of work that's required in becoming a leader. And as one, you have to be willing to put in the work, but it doesn't stop once you become a leader. You have to work just as hard, if not harder, to stay in your position. Once you're the student council president, you have to put your plans in action. Continually talk to other students about what they want to see. Be able to talk to teachers and staff to accomplish the difficult tasks set in front of you. So ask yourself this, are you willing to put in hard work to become the leader you want to be? In the end, to be a position of leadership comes respect and responsibility. Two things that might not mean as much to people who haven't truly experienced them yet. But to those who have, they understand that it's all worth the hard work. So leadership is not any one particular person. You have to be able to branch out and find out what type of leader you want to be. In doing so, start with a question. What are you passionate about? Is it sports, theater, a movement, councils? Whatever it may be, enjoy what you're doing. And be willing to put in the hard work associated with becoming a leader. Are you ready to become the amazing leaders you're all bound to be? Our third group of inductees will now recognize a person who has a strong positive influence on their development.
I recognize Ms. Lucy Reagan.
I recognize Coach Katie Kilgore.
I recognize Mr. Yaki.
I recognize Ms. Malavasos. I recognize Ms. Nancy Guzman. I recognize Ms. Yana.
Now I would like to welcome Natalie Colton, who will speak on the NHS Pillar of Care.
I lit this candle for character. Character is defined as a group of qualities that make a person different from one another. Each individual sitting over there has been chosen to be a part of the National Honor Society because they have proved to the peers and teachers that they are different from others. Not only do they possess leadership skills, they've acquired the kindness from serving and the knowledge from learning, but they also have made many more qualities that make them set apart from the people around them. Here are 7 traits that lead to success and happiness. I have 100% confidence that each of those individuals possess all 7 traits. The first trait is honesty. Honesty always comes with consequences, whether it be good or bad. Each person has to be honest in their application to be accepted into the National Honor Society. But honesty isn't just about telling the truth. It's also about being true to yourself and your character. It is not changing for the people around you, but being honest with your own personal beliefs, whatever they may be. The second trait is surviving. That word always seems to have such an extreme connotation to it, but in this context, I can assure you that it does not mean going through a desert for days on end without food or water. It merely means having to go through trials in your life and getting through them while still learning and growing from them. You don't just get sad because you had one bad day. You get up the next day and try to have a better one. Being a survivor doesn't mean that something extremely terrible has to happen in your life. It just means you have to have the ability to overcome your troubles. The third trait is loving. Again, not an extreme thing. I'm not talking about romantic stuff. I'm talking about compassionate stuff. When you are a lover of your community, you help the people there by serving them and offering them a helping hand. If you love learning, you are going to strive in all of your academics because you want to have a better knowledge of things. Being a lover builds character because it gives you a desire to connect deeply rather than staying on a surface level. The fourth trait is elegance. When I think of elegance, I automatically think of one of its synonyms, grace. You don't have to be a dancer or have expensive products or dress nice to be elegant or graceful. Grace can be shown in how you react to something. When you fail a test or lose a game, you can act in grace and elegance and learn from that experience and keep your head up. As an athlete, I have been told that I need to take my losses with grace. Live and learn, because that is how you grow to be a better person. You should all strive to go through life with grace and elegance. The fifth trait is hardworking. Hardworking means never taking any shortcuts and always trying to be the best you can be in every situation presented. Hardworking doesn't mean that you have to physically work so hard. I think of it as, instead of just trying to pass a class with a C, I'm going to do everything I can to get an A. Hardworking people are the people who get noticed for going above and beyond, for always trying to be the best they can be. The sixth trait is helping. When you are helping someone, you shouldn't always expect a reward from it. It's almost like the service in that sense. Helping people is being kind and always trying to look out for others that you might see struggling. Help a teacher out and turn on your cameras and actually participate in class. You can help out a classmate and remind them that they're late for the Google Meet. Although those things are small and just in-school things, you can help and be bigger outside of school. Start by volunteering somewhere to help people who are less fortunate as you. You can all help in small ways with your families as well. Helping shouldn't be about a reward. It should be about building bonds between people and furthering your characters. Lastly, the seventh trait, which is inspiring. You are all inspiring people around you at this moment. You are inspiring the underclassmen of this school to work hard, to get good grades, to serve their community, and to be leaders so that they can be in the exact position that you are right now. Many of you know I have a little sister who's a sophomore right now. Her name is Madeline. For the past year that I have been in NHS, she always seems to have a question about how I got in and what I'm doing. She's asked about the grades that she needs to have, how many service hours she needs to do a month. She's asked me how the application process was, and many more questions. I see her always trying to make sure that she's doing the right thing so she can be a part of this amazing organization just like I have been. I like to think that I and all the members here have been inspired to want her to be a part of this. She sees the connections that I have been able to make from being a part of this group and wants to experience that for herself. Continue to inspire those around you, especially your peers. Inspire them to be the best versions of themselves. I believe that if you continue to build your character around these 7 traits, you will have a successful and happy life that is promised to come along with it. Most of you already have those traits. It's just a matter of making them better. You should never be satisfied with being good enough. Always strive to be honest. Always strive to survive. Always strive to be loving. Always strive to be elegant. Always strive to be hardworking. Always strive to be helping. Always strive to be inspiring. We are the future that has to outlast. Have the character that can make a difference. Thank you. Our final group of inductees will now recognize a person who has a strong positive influence on the development.
I recognize Mr. Palmer.
I recognize Mr. Bednarz.
Ryan Thomas recognizes Mr. Smith.
I recognize Jesse Primmett.
I recognize Ms. Riley.
Now I would like to welcome Lhs Nhs Induction, who will read a poem. Changing Seasons, written by our very own April Lloyd. There will be a last leaf to snap off its tree every fall. One day, you'll wake up and find that the tree in your yard is bare. You might find yourself sad that its autumn beauty has left the world. You might look forward to the changing of seasons, or you might not even notice. One day, you'll no longer be young. You might find yourself sad that you must leave your childhood behind. You might look forward to the promises of adult life, or you might not even notice. Eventually, spring will come again, but age is not so forgiving. Once the leaves of youth snap off their branches, they do not grow back. It's easy to spend all your time when you're young looking ahead. The people around you, the people older than you, tell you to work towards your future, a future career, a future job, a future life. But life is not a race to be won, and leaves are always the prettiest just before they fall. Thank you.
Thank you, Lily. We will now be presenting the inductees with their certificates of membership. Please hold your applause until all members have received your certificates.
Lhs Nhs is very active in leisure sports, playing volleyball, indoor track, and softball, as well as playing on the softball travel team. Lhs is a part of Ledyard's Class Act Council, a sports leadership group. She is also a member of Encountering Survivors, Key Club, and More Than Words. In her free time, she enjoys photography and hanging out with her friends. Paige Booth. Paige Booth is an active member of the choir program here at the high school. She is a member of acapellas and chamber, as well as being a section leader and carolers. She is also involved in Key Club. In her free time, she loves to draw and work. Matthew Borganon. Matthew Borganon is a dedicated member of both the athletic and music programs at Ledyard High School. He plays on the boys' soccer and tennis teams, and he sings in chamber choir, carolers, and final cut. Additionally, he is involved in several leadership positions at the school, including being a junior leader of Final Cut, vice president of Interact Club, and editor of Key Club. In his spare time, Matthew enjoys cooking and binging anything good that he can find on Netflix. Emma Cassidy. Emma Cassidy has been a competitive swimmer for 8 years, currently swimming for Ledyard and the Mystic YMCA. She is the junior class secretary, a junior staff member for 4-H, and an active member of Key Club. In addition, she loves being a part of Unified Sports and is a founding member of the Outdoor Adventure Club. In her free time, Emma enjoys spending time with friends and family. Amanda Cooper. Amanda Cooper is an avid member of the Ledyard Robotics team. In addition, she is a proud member of the Ledyard rowing team and enjoys spending time on the water. She loves helping the community. In her free time, Amanda loves reading and spending time outdoors. Abby Dorigo. Abby Dorigo has played varsity soccer and tennis since her freshman year. She has made many accomplishments during her athletic career, including receiving the MVP award in tennis and becoming a soccer team leader. She is an active participant in various choirs, including acapellas, carolers, and chamber. She also loves to perform in musicals and sing with her friends.
Finnegan. Tessa Finnegan is involved in girls swimming, unified sports, Key Club, and Class Act. She's one of the captains of the swim team and a 4-year varsity swimmer. Tessa swims year-round as well for the Mystic YMCA swim team. She's also the treasurer of Key Club. In her free time, she likes to play piano and spend time with her friends and family. Emma Gillette. Emma Gillette is an active member of the music program here at the high school. She's a member of chamber choir, carolers, symphonic band, is a junior leader for acapellas, as well as a drum major of the marching band. She describes herself as a quiet leader, and she hopes she can help others grow as a leader while she continues to grow as well. Emily Goodrich. Emily Goodrich actively volunteers within our school and community. She's the junior class vice president and has continuously helped plan class activities throughout her years at the high school. She has also participated in Key Club and our tutoring program. In her free time, she enjoys spending time with her friends, family, and painting. Catherine Heron. Catherine Heron is an active member of the school community, being a 3-sport athlete, a member of Class Act Council, and a member of Unified Sports. She has multiple leadership positions in the school, being the secretary of Interact Club, one of the junior leaders of the cross-country team, and last year's National Art Honor Society vice president. In her free time, she enjoys sailing, running, and art. Christopher Hadashell. Christopher Hadashell loves the outdoors, science, and dogs. He is an avid member of the Ledger Environmental Action Club, is a part of the Ocean Bowl Trivia Team, is the president of Ledger's Operation Smile Club, and pole vaults for the track team. Outside of school, he spends his free time gardening, hiking, and hanging out with his dog. Caitlin Hughes. Caitlin Hughes is an active member of the community, leading and providing service through Scouts. She actively participates in the choir program as a member of Select Singers and acapellas. Caitlin is also a dedicated member of both the Ledger Varsity Swim Team and Westerly YMCA Dolphins. Caitlin also participates in Student Council and Key Club, volunteering and help plan various events throughout the year. Claire Inyang. Claire Inyang is a 3-sport athlete, participating in the cross-country, basketball, and lacrosse teams. She is currently the class treasurer and has maintained this role for the past 2 years. Her hobbies include cooking, exercising, cycling, and solving puzzles. Sam Jensen. Sam Jensen is the director and co-founder of the Ledger Environmental Action Club, created to establish sustainable practices in our community. She also has been elected class treasurer for 3 consecutive years. Outside of school, she is a seminary student, cashier, and enjoys painting. Alexandra Martinez Garcia. Alexandra Martinez Garcia has spent 9 years competitively swimming and currently swims for both the LHS team and the Westerly YMCA club team. She serves as the junior class president, a co-editor of the school newspaper, and a co-founder of the Outdoor Adventure Club. In her free time, Alexandra likes to play the piano, watch movies, and hang out with her friends. Jackson O'Connell. Jackson O'Connell is heavily involved in the music program, being a member of chamber, carolers, and a junior leader of Uncut. He is also the president of Key Club. Jackson is a member of the LHS baseball team. In his free time, he enjoys working out and playing basketball. Olivia Post. Olivia Post is the co-editor of the Kernel News magazine
and is a member of the Horizons Yearbook staff. She is on the executive board for Student Congress and runs for the track team. She is also a proud member of LHS Music. Adiana Rodriguez. Adiana Rodriguez is a senior in the Ag Science program who loves working with animals. You can find her in the small animal lab more often than not. Adiana enjoys horseback riding and helping kids learn about the Long Island Sound ecosystem. Victoria Schweitzer. Victoria Schweitzer runs for the girls cross-country team, indoor track, and outdoor track. She is an acapellas and select singers, and is also an active member of the musical theater program. She is involved in various after-school groups, including Key Club, Bible Club, and Unified Sports. In her free time, she enjoys drawing, painting, and hanging out with friends and family. James Tillman. James Tillman is an active part of many programs and organizations. James has just earned the rank of Eagle Scout and is also a member of the Sea Scouts, where he holds the rank of Ordinary. James is also involved in numerous school programs, including Operation Smile, Key Club, and the LHS Symphonic and Marching Band. Additionally, James is an assistant coach for the Ledyard Parks and Recs Department Ledyard Rowing Team, teaching others how to row a variety of small watercrafts. Tessa Tillman. Tessa Tillman is involved in a multitude of programs, both in and out of school. Currently, she's an assistant coach for Ledyard's Parks and Rec rowing program. She's also an active member of the BSA Sea Scouts and holds the leadership role of boatswain's mate for her ship. In school, Tessa is an officer for the club Operation Smile, a member of the LHS Ocean Bowl team, and is a part of Ledyard Symphonic and Marching Band. Ryan Thomas. Ryan is a junior in the Agri-Science program, where he serves as vice president of the Ledyard Regional FFA chapter. He also volunteers in the aquaculture lab. Ryan is a member of both the indoor and outdoor track and field teams and is also involved in 4-H. Jessica Vidish. Jessica Vidish is an active participant and leader in Ledyard's athletic and music program. She sings in acapellas and select singers and runs on the indoor and outdoor track teams. She is also a section leader for select singers and made varsity in both her sports. She serves as the president of Interact Club and is also a member of the More Than Words Club. In her spare time, she enjoys painting and playing with her yellow lab. Jacek Wojciechowski. Jacek Wojciechowski is the founder of the LHS Movie Club. He throws and sprints for the track team and is the senior leader of Ledyard's Final Cut. He is a certified EMT, and in his free time, he likes to play the guitar and talk with his friends.
scholarship, service, leadership, and character.
Our standards, scholarship, service, leadership, and character.
Congratulations.
Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Sean Law, who will deliver tonight's keynote address. Good evening, NHS inductees, current members, parents, administrators, and those of you viewing from home. It's a pleasure to have an opportunity to speak to you tonight, though after 2 weeks of teaching remotely to an empty classroom, it feels a little weird with this many people looking at me. So I would like to take a moment to thank the members of the National Honor Society for the opportunity to speak to you this evening. It really is quite humbling. There are many members of the faculty they could have asked and to be asked. I'm not sure if they're hoping I'm going to stumble over words like I do in class, or if they actually want to hear me speak for a while. We'll see. I am truly grateful and thankful, and with that being said, that's the idea I want to share with you this evening. The idea of expressing gratitude. Gratitude is something that always comes to the forefront this time of year, with Thanksgiving and the holidays right around the corner. But it's an important part of our lives that we could always use more of. It is something that could always use more attention, particularly with what we faced throughout the present year of 2020. Let me start by saying that to express gratitude and to focus on being thankful is not to ignore the challenges in life. The difficulty of a task, the adversity we face along the journey. It is to acknowledge those things and focus on the positives that come out of these challenges and the rewards of persevering through that adversity. Since March, we've all had our lives impacted by the pandemic and have experienced our own emotional roller coasters and turmoils. Each of you as students had to change the way you learned. You had to adjust to brand new expectations and brand new learning routines all at the drop of a hat. While this transition may have been stressful and difficult, you've persevered and pushed on through all the challenges you have faced. Even now, you continue to persevere as we navigate a hybrid learning model and sudden closures that just have to be done. And it is with grace and flexibility that I have witnessed many of you in attendance navigate these challenges and handle yourselves with poise. For that, I and all of my colleagues are extremely grateful. Beyond school, you've had to make adjustments as well. What used to be routine tasks like going to the grocery store, running out for a quick Target run, or even just hanging out with friends, have all now required more forethought and planning. You've had events canceled, traditions changed, and celebrations that have looked different. While all of these scenarios presented unique challenges and often caused frustrations, I implore you to look at the silver linings and the ways in which these challenges have changed your routines and daily lives for the better. What you're grateful for may be as simple as the fact that you've saved some money not stopping at Dunkin' every morning on your way to school. Or the fact that you don't have to put gas in your cars often. And maybe that's your parents' gratefulness that they're not shelling out the extra $20 every once in a while. Okay? Something small like that can be the start to help you shift and change your mindset, to focus on the positive effects of changes and challenges. Perhaps you can find gratitude in the way that the challenges with social gatherings have led to unique ways of reaching out and connecting with one another, to show you care and to show you're there. From drive-through graduation and birthday parades, to video montages and Zoom gatherings to just hang out and spend time with one another. Witnessing the creativity and ingenuity that members of our community have demonstrated to show one another they are there and continue to care and maintain human connection during these trying times has been inspiring. So while you may be thinking of something to share this coming Thursday about what you're thankful for beyond the turkey or the stuffing, Or maybe it's the pie for dessert, I don't know. We'll go for it. I want to challenge you to refocus your thoughts. I want you to think about things for which you can be thankful beyond just that one day of the year, beyond just the month of November, and beyond the rest of this holiday season. Start with small things that may seem inconsequential, even if it's just to take a moment each day to be grateful for the beauty of a sunrise or a sunset, as our fearless leader tweeted out the other day. The smell of the air before it snows, or a wood stove as you go by one of your neighbor's houses. Taking on this small challenge will help you reframe the way you think. It will help you to see the positives, even in moments of strife. It will help you, when facing challenges, to see the light at the end of the tunnel and consider how facing these obstacles will in some way change you for the better as a person. This change in thinking is not something that comes easy. It takes time. I myself constantly work at this and have moments where I need to consciously remind myself to just list a few things that I'm grateful for that day. But I promise you, the payoff in changing the way you think and this mindset is well worth the effort. So I would like to congratulate those of you who are being inducted this evening, and congratulate those of you who are already members. By becoming a member of the National Honor Society, you have achieved a great accomplishment, and it is not something that simply occurs by chance. This feat is not something that you suddenly decide your junior or senior year you would like to do. It is a culmination of hard work and dedication, both inside and outside the classroom. As you have heard, it is not just your academics that earned you induction to this organization, but also your character, your leadership, and your service both within the school community and local community at large. I encourage you to take a moment to reflect on all of that hard work and time that you've put into your studies and your extracurriculars that have earned you a spot within this organization. And just take a moment to be grateful for where this journey has brought you at this point, in this moment, in this evening. I would also like to take a moment to congratulate some other individuals in the room this evening. Your parents. Take a moment to appreciate their contributions to your accomplishment this evening. Take a moment to consider the emotional support, encouragement, and guidance they've provided to help you over these years with these 4 pillars. From friendly reminders about completing an assignment or studying for a test that may have at times turned into a tear-felt fight, like I had with my own second grader, or driving you to various sports practice, dance classes, scout meetings, or other extracurricular activities. Even the conversations you've had around the dinner table. It's these experiences and their role in your lives that have helped to shape you in every way. So for that, I'd like to take a moment to express my gratitude for the fine children you've raised here at Ledger. And I would like the inductees to take a moment to express your gratitude to your parents as well. I am truly grateful that 10 years ago I moved into this community myself, and 9 years ago I joined here as a faculty member. I appreciate your time and attention this evening. I am truly grateful and humbled by the chance to speak to you, and I'm sorry Blake, it was not all that. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Roll. With the induction ceremony coming to a close, on behalf of myself, Mr. Yonke, and the Serena B. Maui chapter of the National Honor Society, I would like to thank Mr. Hartman, Ms. Fagan, and our event coordinators, Bianca Planetta, and Evelyn Morrison. I would like to thank all the families attending tonight's ceremony, both in here in the auditorium and through the screen. Inductees, you are now officially members of the Serena B. Maui chapter of the National Honor Society. Other members and I cannot wait to begin the change in the community with your help. Congratulations.